Welcome back to the STEM Workshop YouTube channel. Today we're going to launch the next challenge. So the next challenge is called Manic Mechanisms. This challenge will run throughout June 2020 and it will involve you understanding mechanisms. So it's called Manic Mechanisms. Before we set the challenge, we're just going to talk you through some knowledge and understanding and what you need to know in order to be successful at taking part in this challenge. So we'll talk you through the basics, and what we'll get you to understand is what a mechanism is. We'll also get you to explore and develop an understanding for the different types of mechanisms and the key terms that we use. We'll get you to understand how to combine materials and components to make moving parts, and also think about and understand different types of movement. So there are some rules, as always. You only do any of this if you're going to have fun. We want to encourage you to explore and experiment. Be confident. Listen if you're working with others, and particularly listen to your adults. And be kind. But most of all, don't be afraid if it goes wrong, because the next mistake could be the next big idea. Those are the rules of the STEM workshop that we like to follow. Now, what is a mechanism? There are a series of images here of different types of mechanisms. These look very complex and very difficult to replicate, but these are mechanisms that are in and around our environment. So what is a mechanism? A mechanism is combining materials and components to create a moving part. And here are different types of mechanisms. On this screen there are lots of illustrations to represent different mechanisms such as levers, pulleys, gears, wheels and axles and inclined planes. Can you spot those mechanisms? Can you spot the gears? Can you spot the inclined plane? Can you spot the pulley, the lever? And can you spot the wheel and axle? I'll leave you to have a little think. You might want to pause this video and see if you can match the type with the image on screen. So here they are. Now a bit of a trick there, there are actually two levers, two different types of levers. We've got gears, the pulley, wheel and axle and the inclined plane, all of which are the types of mechanisms you might want to explore when you take part in this challenge. Some are easier to model than others. Now, mechanisms make things move, but there are different types of movement and different ways in which objects move. Some things rotate. Some things move in a linear fashion, which basically means they're moving straight. So a vehicle will move straight. But actually, if a vehicle is automated or it's got an engine, it can reciprocate because it can move back and forth. So reciprocating is something moving back and forth. The other type of movement is known as oscillating, which swings forward and back. So you'll experience oscillating movement when you're on a swing. So those are the different types of movement. And there are lots of mechanisms. They're a little bit simpler than the ones we showed you in the first slide, that make use of these mechanisms. Lots of objects, that make use of these mechanisms. So a bike, for instance, makes use of gears, but it also makes use of a wheel and axle. So you may have a bike in and around your home. An inclined plane, you may be lucky enough to have a slide in your garden, but a slide is an example of an inclined plane. That will allow things to move quite far. Other examples are levers, and we've got a pair of scissors there, which is an example of a lever, and we've got a seesaw, which is an example of a lever. And then we've got a zip wire, which is an example of a pulley. Now, you may not be lucky enough, I very much doubt many people are lucky enough to have a zip wire in their back garden, but you may have accessed one at a local park. And I know at the moment we're not allowed to use them, but a pulley is an example of a zip wire. That might help you with this challenge. The other example is a crane. So those are examples of mechanisms that are used in and around our environment. And here's some examples of mechanisms that I've made out of cardboard. So on this picture, I've made a seesaw, a grabber, a catapult, a crane, a slide, and a chairlift. These are small models that I've made to fit onto my desk, but these could be made on a much larger scale, using the same materials and the same principles. Now, all of these objects, apart from the slide and the inclined plane, are evident in our tutorials for you to follow. Now, I'm hoping that the inclined plane and the seesaw you could make without instruction, but these are examples that you could use in the challenge. So, shall we get to the challenge? Before we do, we just want to share a fact with you. And this is a fact that mechanisms help you reduce the force needed to move a load, which means the mechanism does all of the work so you don't have to. So, an example, a wheelbarrow has a wheel and axle on it, but you have to lift it. So it uses a type of lever, and a wheelbarrow is used to lift and move debris or sand or soil. And it's quite a useful mechanism in and around the home. We want you to think about this fact and think about how you can prove it in the use of your mechanisms. So here is the challenge. We want you, for the Manic Mechanisms challenge, to design and make a mechanical system. Now, what is the difference between a mechanism and a mechanical system? Well, a mechanism is a standalone object that moves. A mechanical system relies on lots of mechanisms to make something move. So it's using lots of mechanisms that are connected together to move an object. Now, your challenge is to move an object or turn something on. So you could move an object around a room. That object could be a ball, it could be a sweet, it could be a Lego person, it could be anything you like. It could be a teddy bear, it could be around a room, through one room to another, from inside to outside or outside to in. But you've got to move an object or turn something on. So it could be that you design a mechanical system to turn a light switch on or turn it off. So how are you going to be judged? First things, each working mechanism you create, you'll get 5 points. So if, for instance, you make a levered arm, a grabber, that's 5 points, as long as it works. If you make a wheel and axle, a chassis, a moving vehicle, that's another 5 points. So if you were to make 2 mechanisms that work, it's 10 points. If you were to make a grabber, a wheel and axle, and an inclined plane, a slide, you'd get 15 points. So the more working mechanisms you involve in your design of your mechanical system, the more points you will gain. Now, the other thing we're judging is the distance. So we'd like you to choose an appropriate unit of measure to measure the distance in which your object moves, or the distance of your mechanical system. How much does it move before it turns something on? Now, we're really looking for creativity and innovation. So we're looking for new ideas here. And we're also looking for quality of engineering. Because to make a mechanism move, you really need to think about how well you measure something. So you might need to measure something, check it again before you cut it. But we're looking for quality of measure, quality of cutting skills, and assembly skills. So those are the things that you're being judged on. To submit your entries, we'd like you to submit an image or a series of images or a video, and we'd like you to send it to the following email. But we must say that all entries must be sent by a parent or guardian, please. So please don't communicate directly. Get an adult or a guardian to send it for you. Now, the deadline for entries, you need to submit your entries by Tuesday the 30th of June, and we need you to email it to that email address as we've already explained. And once you've entered, we will then judge the entries. Now, I will be getting support from an expert mechanical engineer that's worked in industry to help me judge the mechanisms. Now, the winning entry will be announced on Friday the 3rd of July. So, I really hope you get involved. I really look forward to seeing your entries. Every time I received an entry for the structures challenge, it made my day, and I was really pleased with them. So it's really nice to see that my STEM stars and new STEM stars are out there working hard to develop their knowledge of science, technology, engineering and maths. It's really good, and in my opinion, it's great fun as well. So we look forward to seeing your entries. Okay, so you've got your instructions for the Manic Mechanisms challenge. We've got lots of examples here, so these are all can be accessed on the YouTube channel, and there's different tutorials for each one. So this one here, it has a certain type of mechanism. This is an example that's been made by my daughter. It's a chair lift, and it uses what type of mechanism? What type of mechanism is used there? That's right, it's a pulley. So this pulley is made from a wooden wheel that's got a dent in the middle, but you can actually make your own pulley. So please have a look at that tutorial for ideas. But could that be upscaled as large as possible so you could move an object as far as possible? Remember, 5 points for the mechanism and then points for the distance that it travels. So think about how you could make something like this on a larger scale to make it move a lot further. If you could then make something like this and connect it to another mechanism, then you get an extra 5 points and then you get an extra bit of distance. So you'd have to strategically make that in a right spot to allow something to move down that mechanism, connect to that mechanism and then move on. Now that's something we haven't demonstrated here, but that's something you can think about. So an inclined plane is basically a slide. So this object is a ball because it's going to naturally move a bit faster, and as you can see, it works very well to get something moving. So an inclined plane, so making a ball roll down an inclined plane. How could you create something at an angle? What materials could you use? Could you incorporate a pulley to pull it across a distance? Okay, so think about how you could use these mechanisms to make something continuously move. Now, an ideal mechanism for this, of course, is a vehicle. So here's another example of a vehicle that was made earlier, and that actually could allow you to, you'd have to design something to hold on to the object, but could it make the object move as far as possible? Now, another useful mechanism that you could use is a levered arm. Now that would be ideal for actually lifting and moving an object from one mechanism to another. So that can be touched, but you can't touch the moving object. So have a little think about the different mechanisms that you could create. Got pulley, inclined plane, wheel and axle, lever, a grabber, and then you've also got another pulley system here, which is a crane. So this one we've used to lift a sweet. It's been a while since, let's just untangle that there. But could this be incorporated into your system? Now again, this has been modelled to lift something, but also rotate something. Okay? Now you can actually touch the mechanisms, but you can't touch the object that's moving. That has to move from one mechanism to another as far as possible. So I hope you enjoy this challenge. I love making mechanisms because I love taking something like a sheet of card and turning it into something that moves. It really excites me, and there's a lot to be learned about science, technology, engineering and maths in doing so. So it is really an exciting challenge. You've got the month to take part. There will be a prize at the end of it, and we will announce the winner on Friday the 3rd of July. So we hope you enjoy getting involved. Please like and share this challenge with your friends, and please, subscribe to our channel to help us along. Thank you for listening. We look forward to seeing your challenges soon.